Race Across America is a 3,000-mile Cross America race. It starts in Oceanside in California and ends up in Annapolis on the other coast.
In terms of the team and crew, it's quite an operation, to be honest. There's 14 of us going out in total. There's 4 riders. The format in which we ride is one that we split into pairs. Each pair will do approximately 7 or 8 hour stints on the road at any given time, and we alternate. So there's only actually one rider on the road. That in turn helps to keep our average speed up. And we rotate through until we finish the race. In terms of the riders, we've got what I consider to be quite a strong team. We've got James Gilfillan, who had a remarkable season last year, double world champion, national champion, triathlete, duathlete, and Wayne Smith, who is one of the longest established, best elite duathletes in the UK, who won the Bullbuster last year. And then there's Ian Patterson, again, a very solid rider, very good athlete in his own right. And then there's me, trying to do my bit. So I've got total faith in the guys we got in the team, and I think I'd like to think we'll be there or thereabouts come June the 24th.
The equipment we're going to be taking out to Race Across America is going to be time trial bikes and our road bikes. The main reason behind taking both sets of equipment is the fact that we will be riding on very fast flat sections, which the time trial bike will come into its own, and also we'll be going through the Rockies, and the time trial bikes are not designed for basically climbing through the mountains, so we will be taking our road bikes for that. The difference between the two is that the time trial bikes we can get very aero on, and when we're riding at 25-30 mile an hour on the flats, the bike comes into its own because the bike moves very flowingly and easy, and it makes it a lot easier for the rider, where we can get very aero and we can actually cut through the wind, where when you're climbing up through, say, the Rockies, it's not that important because we will be up on our hoods and we will be doing a lot of climbing, so it's not as aero, you just need to get in the most comfortable position. So that's the main 2 key differences between the bikes that we will be taking.
Day 1 and 2 I don't think is going to be as much of a mental challenge for me. Along the way there are going to be some long climbs, probably 10, maybe 12 kilometers, and we go up to about maybe 11,000 foot altitude. And although it sounds a bit extreme, I think the challenge of going over those big mountain passes on day 3, 4, that's the thing I think I'm really looking forward to.
I'm James Gilfillan. I'm riding on the TeamFeat RAAM team this year in Race Across America. Last year was probably my best season ever. Big aim for me at the start of the year was Edinburgh Duathlon World Championships. Was pleased to come home as first in my age group and the fastest age grouper overall. Also managed to get my first national title at the middle distance race in Bala, and then the WTC Ironman branded half Ironman race in Clearwater in November. Once again I entered with the focus of my age group being the goal, but managed to come home as the first age grouper and even beat a lot of the professional men. So it was a pretty amazing year, and one that's going to be difficult to beat. The event of RAAM may not come with the same sort of championship status, but it's certainly going to be a massive event for us as a team, me as an individual, and something that hopefully we'll all be proud of, as proud as the World Championships.
From the moment we arrive in Oceanside in California, we have to sign in and register. There's various meetings we have to go to. Then once we're out on the road, there are various time stations across the states and the different counties that we have to be at. There's 3 time stations that are cut-off time stations where we have to make the grade and be there by that time, otherwise your race is over. At the other time stations you have to phone in and prove you're at that time station, so your time's recorded per point across the states. We have to obviously stick by the rules. There's time penalties we can pick up along the way for not obeying rules. Starting off with not being at briefings on time when we're in Oceanside. If the riders or myself aren't at the briefings need to be, we get an hour's penalty before we even start. So things like that I have to make sure that we don't get.
Our Race Across America experience, our whole trip, wouldn't actually be possible without our key sponsors who have actually funded our trip. Data Techniques, Pandora, Sino, MBM, just to name a few. And those companies are really dig deep times of hard. At the moment, companies are struggling, and it's tough times for people out there. And those companies have actually believed in the riders and the team and what we're actually doing, and obviously supporting the charity. And those directors and those managing directors of those companies have dug really deep to make our dreams come true. And I think that's really key, and we've just got to applaud them for that.
I think it's just a unique opportunity to see parts of the world that you wouldn't necessarily see. I mean, we're out on our bikes pretty much every day of the week in preparation for this race. But some of the scenery we're going to be soaking up or drinking in, as they say, will be stunning. I've seen some of the pictures and YouTube videos, and it's just going to be amazing. You know, we've got every extreme of weather condition. You know, from mountains to desert to lush greenland. It's just everything you can imagine as a cyclist. So I just think I don't think it's going to be a dull moment, let's put it that way.
Going over to America with a great group of people, I think we're going to have a great time. Everyone gets on really well, and I just think when we actually cross that line, the camaraderie is going to be so strong between the 14 people who have travelled out there. Everyone plays such a key part of the Race Across America, and I think the crew understand that basically without them we can't actually go over there and do this.
I think the thing I'm going to enjoy about it most is seeing the States at the speed of a bicycle.
Certainly looking forward to a race of unknowns, challenges, riding in America that you just don't know what to expect. It's going to be quite an adventure, really.